Hey, how's it going, everyone? Today we're going to be going over Abyssal Sire and what you're going to do to do the POH method. It's very simple. You won't use a lot of resources, and honestly the kills are really consistent, so I can't recommend it enough. First, you're going to need your best kind of melee tank gear, kind of maximize range and melee strength and defense. Bandos is an easy choice, but you can go with Barrel's gear if you don't have it. You're going to need a crush weapon. Specifically, I'm using the Dragon Warhammer. This is just for reducing his stats. You'll be having 2 special attacks every kill. You can use a BGS if you want, if you can't afford a Dragon Warhammer, but you will need one of these if you want to do this method. It just makes it so much quicker. And for the main attacking, I'm going to be using Arclight. He's a demon, you're using it on a task, it makes sense to use this. It's one of the best weapons if you don't have like Scythe or something. And you'll need a range switch as well. Blowpipe and range top and assembler are really simple. You don't need to go too crazy with it. That should be all you need for the gear setup. I just have Dragon Boots, a Blessing, Berserker Ring, Barrow's Gloves, basic setup. So you have all this equipped. You'll need a Draman Staff to get there. I'm bringing a few super combats because I'm planning on staying there for a while. Stamina potion, you only need 1 dose if you're starting it out. You can, if you have a decent agility level, you should be able to manage not using any staminas from subsequent trips. But I find that you need at least 1 at my agility level just to get it started. You will be running out of energy by the second kill, as he hasn't teleported out yet. An emergency super restore if you get low on prayer. I'm only level 77 prayer, so I end up needing it on occasion if it's a pretty slow kill. Again, if you have higher prayer, you probably won't need this. And the rest is just emergency food. Smoke Barrage is going to be Shadow Barrage, sorry, it's going to be your best spell you're going to use for putting him to sleep and killing the tentacles. You can use the lower ones, but you'll miss it on occasion. If you have 88, use this best one. And house tabs, because we're on Ancients and we're going to be resetting at the house every kill. So this is the method I'm going to show you. We're going to get started. We're going to go to the Abyss, and the Abyssal Nexus is the one you're looking for. It's going to say Sire Boss, can't miss it. From there, I always pick the southwest one, but find any empty room, and you're going to be running to this one every single kill. Equip your range gear to start. And once I get below 20 run energy from 100, sip the stamina just to start it out. He will be sleeping here. Wake him up with the blowpipe on long range. Cast your Shadow Barrage and start attacking the tentacles. I flick Rigor, but it's really not necessary. They should die pretty quickly, but if they don't, you can usually get 2 each time you put them to sleep. Don't try to go for more. It's usually not worth it. You're gonna have to put him to sleep twice anyways. So finish both those. He's gonna start waking up again, so I will stun him once more and get the last 2. You can also do this with a crystal bow or any one of your best range weapons if you don't have a blowpipe, but this is probably the fastest way. Alright, once you've defeated those, put in all your best crush accuracy gear, sip your super combat, pray mange, melee, and piety, and dump both your specs. So his defense should be lowered pretty considerably, which is going to be really important for the final phase later. He can occasionally spawn toxic fumes, so just be prepared to run 2 spaces either to the east or west. I've got some tiles marked just because it's really consistent when things kind of go crazy with all the minions. Once he gets below 200 health here, he's going to move back, so you can turn off your prayers for a second. He will implant himself in the ground, turn on range and piety, hit once. He's gonna teleport you, stand back, open up, you can attack again. And he's dead. I took very minimal damage that kill. terrible drop anyways. So minimal damage, didn't use a lot of prayer. I'll set this up for the next kill as well, because he's already respawned. So we'll flick it to long range and then to rapid for the respirator systems. Same deal as this one. Kill 2 of them and then restun. Hopefully I don't get crashed while I'm teleporting back. But once you kill this final respiratory system, I should say, break a house tab and run back to your house so you can restore your special. Now, you could not do this, but you would have to restore your prayer every time as well as your health, and you'd only have 1 special attack every kill. I like to avoid that by doing this method. You don't use nearly any food unless things go south. Prayer should be fine. So we will once again equip our crush gear for the Dragon Warhammer. And he will be here. He has not despawned. So we can go ahead and dump both of our specs into him. So we missed both of those, and we might get a good example of what might happen if we don't get a good spec off, and see how the kill goes. Probably won't bother killing, but I will eat up. Same as last time, pray range and piety. It's gonna teleport, stand back. Just make sure I combo it so I don't get stacked out. They can hit very hard and they can drop you from below 50 HP very quickly. Just shy with 3 health left. Alright, and 1 more kill down. As you can see, it was just a little bit slower towards the end, and the damage really adds up. So I'm going to reset, and you're just going to complete this. This is how you do the method. You're just going to do that every single time. Teleport out, get 2 specs, dump both of them. If you want, you can teleport back to your house and try to go for 2 more specs. He will still be there by the time you get back. I recommend doing that just to avoid scary situations like that, especially if you're a hardcore or you just want to avoid paying the death tax. So I'm going to reset, get some more gear, and come back with a full inventory and see how long I can last with just 1 inventory of food and prayer potions and super combats and whatnot. If not, I'll just do it for an hour. So I'll cut to that and be back once we get the results. All right, timer starts now. We'll see how far we can make it. Alright, ignoring that last kill, I had no more food left. Should have called it there. Just wanted to stick out for one more, see if I can make for an hour, but it didn't happen. So that's alright. We'll tally up what we got for this hour and we'll put it in the price check to see what we got, how much supplies we use, aside from the very end when I was panic eating brews of all things. Alright, so in that loot, I had to move some things around. I got a few Ceridome brews I needed to readjust that I drank. And I had 4 full restores from drops, so not accounting for the supply cost. 472k in just that one trip, and we didn't get anything too incredible. We didn't get any crazy seeds. We got a lot of supply drops, which aren't terrible. A lot of binding nexuses, pretty low 20k drop. Nothing too crazy. All of us in about the 30 to 50k range, which is what you can expect from an average kill. Now I'll add up how many we got total in terms of kills. All right, so that came to a nice even 13 kills. So if we put that in our handy dandy calculator, we got 13 kills in about 4/5 or 3/4 of an hour. So if we divide that by 3/4 of an hour, we should get about 17 or 18 kills an hour if we don't get hung up on anything, which I think is pretty good, considering how much you can make from this boss. It's pretty relaxing for the supply costs that we got. 17 kills an hour, not terrible. I'll quickly add up how much we use, sitting at just about 32Ks. So really low supply cost for almost an entire hour of bossing. Slayer bossing this is, I guess. Not too shabby at all. So this is about with what we'd expect for getting these kills per hour. Obviously, the more kills you get per hour, the higher this number is going to be, but in general, if you're using anything other than the POH method, or if you're using the Scythe of Batur or something, your supply cost is going to increase a lot over that entire hour, and you're going to be banking more, which means you're going to be spending more time not killing the Sire and messing around, getting your inventory set up, eating unnecessary food in the middle of a kill, and really just taking more damage and having it be more risky than you want it to be. So I can't imagine there's a much better method that's more consistent, clean, and very low risk in general. Again, I risked it more than I wanted to just for the sake of getting one extra kill out of inventory, but that happens in any boss. You usually screw that up. So overall, I can't recommend a better method. I'll go into a bit on what all of the exact details you'll need for levels and whatnot if you want, but really all you're going to need is a decent construction level for the fairy ring. 85 for the fairy ring, so you'll need to be able to boost up, so I think you get +5, so 80 be the minimum construction level you need. For the smoke spells, 88 gets you the highest tier one, but you can use any of the lower ones from, I think it's 55 or so onward. You're just gonna have to be casting it more, as there's a less chance that it's gonna stun. And obviously high combat stats. This is a pretty strong boss. Minions will take you out pretty quickly. Overall, I think this is one of the best methods you could do, with a bar using a crazy expensive weapon, or just throwing yourself at this boss until it dies. So that is my take on the Sire. If you liked the video, leaving a like down below would be greatly appreciated. If you want to see more content in the future, please consider subscribing. If you want to see different content or have a video suggestion, please leave it down below. I also stream on Twitch pretty weekly at twitch.tv/RealEvanem. Appreciate it. Thank you for watching.